I think we should close on Hash with your views on ETH, and where do you see it next year and in 5 years' time?
I think ETH's the most interesting asset that I've ever seen. I mean, we didn't talk about the part of my background where while I was on Wall Street, I always wanted to start companies. So I started a real estate company as a side thing on Wall Street. Me and one partner bought 50 rental homes. We flipped 200 land parcels all around the country. Like, real estate is it's a near and dear to me thing to me. And I think a lot of the operations for real estate belong on blockchain, and that's a whole different topic. But coming back to it, I owned real estate. I owned cash. Like, back on Wall Street, those are semi-interesting. I think ETH is orders of magnitudes more interesting as an asset in terms of upside and utility. And so if we have this thesis that the global economy and the financial economy will run on Ethereum, there's one reserve asset across all of the L1 and all L2s that is not censorable, that's self-sovereign, that's actually a neutral store of value, and that's ETH. And I just think that it's mispriced by orders of magnitude. So if we take, because people like to say that ETH and other smart contract platforms should be valued on revenue, and they say for some reason Bitcoin shouldn't be valued on revenue. I think that's a bad double standard. But if we take ETH itself and we take Bitcoin itself and put them side by side, which we did in our ETH digital oil report, ETH has lower inflation. ETH has a yield. Bitcoin has a supply cap, but I don't think it's a real supply cap. It's going to have to change at some point. ETH has an issuance cap of 1.5%. So ETH will never grow. The ETH supply will never grow more than 1.5%. If you lay all these attributes of store of value, ETH has proof of stake, which I think is more elegant. Bitcoin needs a bunch of miners and electricity, which ends up being centralized. Put all that together, I just think ETH's such a superior asset, just on an asset level, as a store of value, than even Bitcoin. That, yeah, I mean, I'm waiting and driving for the flippening. I'm driving for ETH's market cap to exceed Bitcoin. I'm driving for it to be a multi-trillion-dollar asset. And the more adoption we see, and the more visibility is around the Ethereum ecosystem, the more eyes will come to ETH. So yeah, as part of this whole Ethereum adoption thing, I'm pretty passionate about ETH, the asset, and I think it should be a multi-trillion-dollar asset. I thought we'd get to 10K this year. We still could, but it's a matter, like you said, it's a matter of when, not if, that we become 10K, then multi-trillion, and it just becomes a global reserve asset. And I'm excited for ETH to continue to elevate to become the store of value across the entire blockchain ecosystem.